Good afternoon, everybody. It is Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great day. And in today's video, we're going to be taking an early look at hurricane season 2024. And this actually looks to be a very interesting hurricane season, guys. You guys actually also might be surprised on how this hurricane season could really look like. But for the most part, La Nina is what's going to be changing this hurricane season significantly, and this hurricane season might even be worse than 2023. So that will definitely be something to keep an eye on there, on if we see more hurricane activity and even a worse hurricane season compared to what we had last year. So that will definitely be something to watch there. But first of all, let's go ahead and start talking about how it could look like at the beginning of hurricane season. So, as you guys can see, we're going to go ahead and click here, and we expect there to be El Nino during the next few months, which indicates that there will still be El Nino-like conditions. But then as we get into April, May, and June, we get into a neutral phase. But where it really gets to the point where we see La Nina is June, July, and August. So, sometimes hurricane season starts in early June. That's what some of the meteorologists are saying, is that we're going to have an early start to hurricane season. So that will definitely be interesting to see right there if we really do see La Nina start to increase as we do head into June. That will also lead to more severe storms across places like the Ohio Valley, and not just the Ohio Valley, but also places like New England, Great Lakes region, and other places like that will likely have better chances for above average precipitation as we do lead to a La Nina. So that will definitely be interesting there. But let's go back and talk about how hurricane season could really look like. So, as you guys can see, hurricane moisture south of this line. I wrote that because most of the moisture is expected to stay below this line. And the reason why is because during the La Nina, most of the the southern United States is usually dry during La Nina, which also indicates that the Gulf of Mexico will be dry. That doesn't indicate that there'll be zero moisture, but there'll still be some moisture to work with. So, that's and we'll also show you guys the pass on what we expect there, but as you guys can still see, we do expect there to still be some moisture to work with, which means with the times that we do see a ton of moisture to work with, that will definitely help with tropical storm and hurricane development. But south of this line, we could see above average moisture, guys. Above average moisture is what we expect there to be south of this line. And like I said, with the Gulf of Mexico, we don't expect there to be zero moisture, but still some moisture. So maybe below average moisture is what we might be talking, especially at the beginning of hurricane season. But I could be wrong about that, because sometimes the Gulf of Mexico still has a ton of moisture in it, guys. I'm just saying that because the southern United States is expected to be dry during the La Nina, and so that's why I'm saying there won't be as many storms coming onto land, and so that will definitely do something with the moisture in the Gulf of Mexico. But again, we could see above average moisture south of this line. At least that's what we do expect as we do head into the beginning of hurricane season. Now, if we look at your guys' potential tracks, so we got this first one heading from Western Africa and heading into the Gulf of Mexico. Even though I said there isn't going to be as much moisture, we could definitely still see a ton of development, especially with the moisture that's already in place south of that line. So like this could turn into a category 5 hurricane and then just slowly but surely start to die down, but still turn out to be a very strong hurricane as it does head into the United States. So, I mean, for these potential tracks, I mean, I also think this one that heads pretty much from Western Africa and then starts to go towards Florida and then turns around and go up at an angle across the Atlantic coast. So that will definitely be something I'll keep an eye on too, as well as we do head into hurricane season, is these two potential tracks. And like I said, there might be still a lot of moisture to work with. It's just that we won't see a whole lot of thunderstorms out of the Gulf of Mexico coming onto land. That will mostly be with hurricanes, as we do see La Nina. So it will definitely be interesting to see La Nina as we do head into hurricane season. And if we go back and check again, as you guys can see, we still do expect there to be La Nina. Like, the greatest chance for La Nina will pretty much be August, September, and October, but there is also still a chance we do see it earlier, because you see June, July, and August actually have the best chance for a La Nina too as well. It's just not necessarily the highest, but still the highest out of all of them. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on it. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I know that was a quick look at early hurricane season, but we are still pretty far out, guys. Hurricane season predictions will definitely change as we do head closer, so we will be discussing that as we do head into the summer. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I will do one tomorrow.